Oh, sorry about that, guys. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our National Scrapbooking Day celebration here on the Creating With You Facebook page. Now, for those of you who will be watching these videos on replay on YouTube or here on Facebook, don't forget to leave us a comment. We're so happy that you joined us. We hope you'll enjoy all the other upcoming tutorials and events that we will have, but don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe or follow. Hi, hon. Are you good?
You're pushing towards the right a little bit.
Pushing towards the right? So I need to come back. Oh.
Left. Yep.
Okay. Directionally challenged. All right. We're going to give just a minute or two to let everybody find the video. We are coming back after a break. We actually started with layout 3 today. And when we come back, we are going to be doing layout 1. So we're just going to give a minute to let people find us and rejoin. Okay. All right, make sure you let us know if you have found the video and you have joined us. We are going to give another minute or two before we get started. You're going to hear me organizing my tools because I need to. Let me get my supplies together here.
Bev, have you started yet?
We have, Bev. Okay, and she may need to reload her page. Yeah, that's always a real thing. All right. I had a lovely break while we were done, and this is random, but I'm just curious as to how many people have discovered envy apples. They are the biggest apples. George and I actually split one. They are so huge, but no, that is half. That's only half the apple. That's how big they are.
That's half, and then there's another slice with it.
No, that's the size. That's literally only half the apple. They're that big. Yeah, they are huge. I'm gonna tell you. So, I had that with some almond butter. It was delicious. It's gonna give me the strength I need to move on. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with some prep. I'm pulling this in now. This is from the back of this sheet, but this is really important. This is from the one that had like 2 inches cut off the side. It is not the 12 by 12 one in your kit. That is really important. You want to make sure you're using that extra piece that was provided to you. Like I said, it was cut off of the side just like this. That's the one that you want to make this cut off of, okay? Just going to grab my cutter.
I have no one yet, just to let you know.
That's okay, honey.
So I wonder if people are just waiting without renewing.
You can do a regular post. Okay, what we think we're going to do is we're going to just wait a minute. Let me go ahead and do a regular post.
Even Bev just said she can't find it.
Okay. Did you tell her she has to reload?
Yes.
Okay.
She said she went out, she has to start a new one, and then she says, I can't find it.
Okay. She has been tagged.
Yep.
Okay. There we go. Hi, Linda. How are you? Thank you for joining us. We are just getting started on this next video. All right. All right, here we go. If you open up another window, I can do a separate post that says reload or something like that. And we'll see if they get that. Okay. We are dealing with technical difficulties, probably on you guys finding the video who are joining us again. I am going to move on, but I'm going to move at a slower pace while we kind of let everybody know where we are. All right. So I'm taking that leftover piece. Once again, this was not the 12 by 12, but this was really big. This was like 10 by 12 when we started. All right. And I'm going to just kind of start cutting this down. I want 2 pieces from this for the layout. All right. I want the pink one here that says this was an amazing, and I don't want to lose any of my pieces. So I'm going to keep turning it and making sure that I'm cutting on the lines, because these are such awesome details to have for your future projects. There we go. I can just see fun cards and all kinds of things. All right. And the other piece that I want to cut is this heart piece right here. Hi, Michelle. Okay. I want to get this piece right here. Okay, these are the 2 pieces that I've cut off of that sheet. Once again, not the 12 by 12, the one that was like 10 by 12. Okay. All right. And so we're going to go ahead and get started now. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to have some things handy, but here is our layout. Now, I did not do this during the break. I thought about doing it, but then one of the things is that, you know, if you don't want to put it on foam tape, you don't have to. I'm going to leave mine blank, and I want to do that for a reason, is because I want to show you where to kind of put your efforts in when you need to. So the thing is if it's on the top, for example, these hearts, this sticker, this thing here that kind of gets tucked under, this piece here, all of these things that are kind of on the top, most of your stickers are actually going to be this way. If you have to play catch up while you are cutting this yourself, that's the one where I think it's good. Jennifer Tyler, Jennifer McAfee. Hi, Jen. Hey, Jen, can you tag Jen McAfee for me? Because I don't know if she was able to find back. Hi, sweetie. I hope you're enjoying your vacay. Okay, so for that, just in case you're cutting this yourself, because this is going to be a fun technique, we're going to learn some stuff here with our stenciling, and but I just wanted to mention that to you. All right, we're going to grab the 12 by 12 blue piece. All right, and your stencil. Okay, and your brush, your ink. I'm using sapphire. Any dark blue will work well for you. Some type of a masking tape you're going to want as well. All right. So here we go. All right. I hope people know to reload on Facebook, honey, so that they get the new notification. I think I'm going to do a post on Facebook real quick that just says reload. Sometimes live videos don't go out. So let me go ahead and mark that. Thank you so much, honey. Just in case. It is the way it is. All right. Thank you guys for your patience. We just want to make sure that we do every effort for those of us that are joining us live. Okay, because we're back. All right, before I do the stencil technique, I think I am going to allow us to get a little bit more time. I'm going to put that on pause. I'm going to play decrease the pieces because I think that's going to be an easier thing to make up. I'm going to put this aside. I'm going to come back to that since, you know, we do know that people sometimes have trouble on the reloads. All right. I have a lot of pieces here that I have to find, but I'm going to... Hi, Ro. Thanks for joining us. Okay, I will go over all of the mats that you're going to need, and I would suggest you just put those in with decrease your pieces. This is 3 1/4, 4 1/4. This is 3. The green piece is 3 1/2, 4 1/2. Once again, those same size pieces that I have going on. I have 3 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. I'm putting those aside. All right. I'm putting this little viewfinder aside. And if that's something you guys really like, you can let me know. I've already been asked about possibly making those available, so we'll work on that. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. Okay. This is 6. I want to make sure I give you the right measurements. It's 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. It's put aside. Okay. This one here, this base piece here is 4 1/4, 6 1/4, 4 1/4, 4 1/4, 6 1/4. The only thing changes is the orientation, but this is a solid. All right. And then we have another one. These are all of our photo mats, 4 1/4, 6 1/4. This is also helping me buy a little bit of time. All right. And then we have the double again, which means this one is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 going on 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. All right. So we have that one. All right. Moving on. I would love to actually find my doubles, because what I think I did is here we go. Got to pull this one back in. Here we go. Okay, so you have 2 of these 6 1/4, and this is not a new one. I pulled this one out of the ones I set aside. These are double matted. So this one here, both of the greens are 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then the white mats that they're going on are 6 1/2 by 4 1/2. All right. Oh, good. She found it. Hello and welcome back, everyone. Yes, reloading, refreshing, whatever you want to call it. It's a whole thing now. So we posted the video, we did a post, we did everything we could to try to help everybody come back to us. All right, here we go. So those are all set up, those double mats. All right, put that aside. And then I have a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then this here is 3. Make sure I get the measurement right. This is 3 1/2. This is an odd measurement. I remember that. So I just want to make sure you may not need this if it's going to be a picture, but let me just see if, nope, it's not this one. 3 1/2, 3 1/2. All right. Now that took care of a lot of our pieces. Okay. Since I do think we have enough people on, I'll just let you guys know, anyone up until now, we wanted to give a little bit more time to let everybody join. So really all I did was go over some of the measurement for our pieces, and I played decrease our pieces. I don't think it is anything you're not going to be able to grab onto and catch up. All right, we're going to go ahead and start our stenciling technique. Okay, for our stencil technique, stencils are so much fun. But one of the things that I have found in the past is that people will only stencil the amount of their stencil. So, the size of their stencil. So I really wanted to make sure that I came in and I did this stencil that I think this one is gorgeous, because hearts are so generic in general. But not only that, I love stencils. You can create custom background papers. I mean, you can do large ones, you can do small ones, you can do... Hey, Jen! Okay, good. We were hoping you would make it back. All right, so, but you can do small pieces of paper, large pieces of paper. A stencil is a great way to always, hi Eileen, it is a great way to always be able to add more to your product line. As long as it's something that goes with it, or that you can use, or that you can phase in, you can take your ink pads and just have a ball. Now, if you're not an ink pad person, I've actually seen people do their stencils and do them with markers. They draw them and keep them open without coloring them in. There's a lot of fun that you can have. All right, we are going to go ahead and prep this one. And this first technique with a stencil is a really easy one if you haven't done one before. I'm just going to use my craft mat so that I can wipe everything up nice and easily. And I have that ink, and hopefully everyone has gotten plenty of time and we are good to go. All right, what I want to do is, because I want to make this portion of the paper here have this pretty stencil technique, but what I wanted to show you is, look at the hearts. Because I'm stenciling on textured paper, the hearts are going to pick up that canvas texture, and they look so nice. It accentuates it even more, and I thought that this would be a fun one. Now, 3 inches is plenty, so go ahead and grab your stencil. I'm going to grab some of my tape and use some of this art tape that I have here. Okay, I like the art tape, but it's a little too sticky for me. I gotta do it just a couple of times. All right, I'm going to mark it by saying, look, I don't want to go past here. So there's my first one. And we are using a really dark color, so I can also share a couple of other techniques. When you tape it down, you want to make sure that you get multiple tapes on your stencil. The most important thing is that your stencil not move. So when you see that you have it coming off and it's where you want it to be, make sure that you tape your stencil in a way that is kind of away from, I want to show you this one, away from where you're going to stencil. Perfect example, if you look right here, I need to stencil that far over. So we do not want the tape here. If we put the tape there, I'm going to stencil over it and you're going to see it. But if I put the tape over here, this is a much safer area. Okay, a little bit of ink, and this brush is going to go a long way. You do need a good quality brush. So I'm going to go like this and get my brush a little bit on that. And then if you have a piece of scrap paper, you can do this on a piece of scrap paper. You can kind of dab off. I'm grabbing a piece of scrap paper, but it was just hiding from me. Here we go. All right, I'm going to just kind of rub it a little bit, and what you'll notice is, see how there's those brush marks in it? If you ink up and you push down really hard, the harder you push down, it is the more that you're going to transfer ink-wise, but you will transfer it in a way that is shaped the size of your brush. So less is more when you are stenciling, and a nice soft hand, you can add more, but taking away is not a good thing. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and start to kind of swirl over this, and you'll notice I am going to go back and forth in circular motions, going clockwise and counterclockwise. When you need a little bit more, you get a little bit more. And I'm heavy-handed, so I always like to take that initial little bit of ink off. Now I'm going to stay away from the edge. Okay, staying away from the edge. So I'm not going to do those last two or that last one. Okay. And I want to get really good coverage. If you think you're going to want it to be a little bit darker, you can go a little darker. Now, if you're using the same inks that I'm using, these are water-based inks. Or if you are using a water-based ink, they're made to dry quick so that you can move on. If you are using an ink that needs more time to dry, you're going to have to give it that time to dry in between. Okay, now I'm going all over my design. Feeling pretty good, just kind of layering anything that I want. If you want it even darker, go ahead and just add a little bit more. I sometimes like to kind of take it through it so that it's not all kind of one-dimensional color. I can feel that I've already increased my pressure. That's my MO. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take it off. Because this is such a dark, unforgiving color, we're going to put the paper aside. We're going to flip this over. I'm going to use a wipe. You can use a cleaning rag. You can use whatever. You can be brave and say, I'm not moving my stuff, Tina. I'm just going to go ahead and go for it. I'm going to kind of wipe everything up. I keep these little wipes in my drawer. Open this up. And then I also keep cleaning rags. There we go. Look at all that ink. I don't know if you guys saw it. I wiped it up so fast. I'm going to do this side. This is a quick clean. You can definitely soak these in your sink, but you can see how much ink is coming off. Now, it's real important that this be really, really dry before we do the next step, because there's going to be a watermark on your paper if it's not. I'm now going to bring in my cleaning rags. My favorite cleaning rags to work with are always leftover sweatshirts or jogging pants. If you don't know where to get one, you can get them at Goodwill and thrift stores and chop them all up. They're my favorite. So I have just sandwiched it in between the two. That's it. You could also steal them out of somebody else's closet or dresser, but I have to watch what I say. He said, is that where my stuff goes? Yeah. Okay, so then after it's all cleaned up and this is dry, now this is the quick method, right? And I'm okay with my stuff being stained. I never have a problem with my stuff being stained. It means I'm using it. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're doing a bigger area than this. You're going to take your stencil and find where, when you line it back up, it's going to match. So, oh, you know what? Leaving the tape on, I forgot to mention, leaving the tape on really helps because it helps you line it back up so you know what side was the front when you started. Now this can take a couple of minutes, but you just kind of want to move around. I don't know how much I had hanging off the side, so marking it is sometimes a really good idea too. All right. And you should be able to match it back up if you just play around. If not, you'll get that last row. There we go. See, there it is. Isn't that cool? So there you go. You can lock in, find your stencil pattern. Give yourself the time to find the stencil pattern. I'm going to grab a little bit more, some art tape here. Okay. And I really don't want this to move now. So when I have it where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and pop it on. Such a fun way. So you can imagine if you're doing wedding layouts, make the hearts. If you're doing Valentine's Day, of course, all the things, right? But hearts are so generic. That's why I wanted to make sure you guys had these. They can go with so many things. They can go with Christmas, birthdays, anniversaries, you name it. All right, right back in, dabbed off a little bit. I feel pretty good about where my stencil is. Once again, I'm just going to do that back and forth, some clockwise and some counterclockwise. And that is because if you don't go back and forth like this, you will actually notice your stencil may be heavier on one side, and it's because the ink picks up when you go around and you're brushing it across the stencil. So you may end up with just that little extra ink on one side of your stencil instead of both. I want to make sure I pay attention to my edges. I pushed a little harder there, so I got a little extra dark right there. Here we go. You have this nice continuous pattern. Okay, so good. Okay, now this time I'm going to be a rebel and I'm not going to clean my stencil. I'm going to let you know. We just want to add a little bit in the bottom corner right here. So I'm going to very gently lay it down. And I'm not going to try to fill the whole thing. You want it to come up, I don't know, maybe 3 inches, whatever. You're really kind of going to be moving off of it. You don't want it to be perfect. You have your picture, but I'm going to bring it in to kind of show you what we're going for. It's just this little bit right here. Okay? Just that little bit. So we don't want to fill this whole thing in. I'm going to, take off my tape that's right here, because we want that part, right? I'm going to move that here. There we go. Just move my tape. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go in here. I'm counterclockwise, but it doesn't matter. Go either way. And then kind of back. And I'm doing the corner. So I'm not doing this whole area. Oh, I hit. You want to stay away from the edge. I'm trying to stay inside, but because I hit that edge, see, I'm going to have that mark right there. It's okay. If it happened, we're going to let it go. So stay only to the inside and do not hit the frame of the stencil. We don't want that line, but if you got a line there, worse things could happen. See, I did it on mine and I'm just fine. And there we go. All right, so now you have tried a little bit of stencil on your background pages. It's going to work so good. There you go. See, that's where I have that line because I went a little too far, but I'm still okay with it. It's behind. So the thing is it's not this thing that's going to be super right in your face after the layout is done. That's why this was so forgiving, even over here. If it doesn't look the way that you had thought you would want it to look, we're putting so much on top of it, all will be right in your world. Okay, I'm going to bring this in, and, oh, my rag's right over here. I'm just going to wipe off my craft mat. Okay. I did not make the trash. My wipe is over there on the floor. I'm hoping George hears me and is like, oh, hold on, I have to grab it. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm going to move this over to this side. All right, we are starting with your left page. Now you have a full photo of this. All right, look at the gorgeous stenciling. It completely transforms this paper. It really does. Okay, does anybody have any questions? All right, we're just going to see if anyone has any questions and see how all of our commenting is going. Looks like we've got good stuff. George is waving, so he's going to let me know what's going on. George, what do we got? Everything's good to go? Oh, he gave me a thumbs up, but I didn't see it. Okay, then let's go ahead and add our other pieces. All right, you have lots of cuts, and we're going to grab those now. Okay. For this one, what we're looking for is you have these pieces. I want to give you some measurement. This is 3/8 by 12. That also glimmer paper. It's through the whole kit. 1/4 by 12. 1/2 by 12. And then we have this. This is fun. What, babe? Janine. Hi, Janine. Yeah, everyone, make sure you comment if you're joining us because we will have raffles at the end for those who are live and everyone who puts a 1/4. Okay, this goes on top of this. Now, if you want to give this an extra minute or so to dry, you most definitely can. All right, let's bring in, I'm using the big gun today. There we go. And this is where the 2 inches came from for that other page. I'm going to turn this way because I just find that I can line it up better. Yeah, babe? Oh, okay. He's so funny. He says I'm too loud. He's so funny. All right, here we go. We'll have 1/8 of an inch on each side, and we'll put that on. And these really are the pieces that are going to make this look like we've added so much more over here. You can see how busy it is. All right, we're going to start with your 1/2 inch piece. For us, it's this beautiful pink mini dot. Now, I love that I was able to take this kit and add mini dot, classic, glimmer, canvas, like all the papers in here, because it really does allow you to see how gorgeous these papers are, how well they work together. This was a lot of fun for me. All right, so to give you a measurement, this pink piece is about 1 1/4 inches in. So you can see we're going to cover most of this up, but we're going to go 1 1/4. There we go. And you can see my my hearts were darker on the first one than they are on this one, and both look beautiful.
Ro really liked your stencil tutor.
Hi, Ro. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad. I love stencils. I think they add so much value, but one of the reasons why I really love stencils, just to kind of comment on that really quickly, is stencils utilize products we already have. So whether you want to add some of the Stickles glitter paste to it, or maybe you are a texture paste person, or your inks or anything, it is a great way to buy something to do so much more with, and I love that. Okay, we're going to add that 2 1/4 piece, and they're all going to just kind of butt right up against each other. So we'll add that one. All right, and then we're going to have our green. I'm going to grab some of my liquid glue for this. All right. My liquid glue is a whole thing. There we go. Shake that down. It's my first time I'm using it today. I have a habit of leaving my liquid glue open overnight. So we have a love-hate relationship, me and my liquid glue, which means I love it to work perfectly, and it hates that I expect more of it if I'm not taking care of it. Glimmer side up. I love the glimmer paper. If this is your first time working with this glimmer paper, let me know what you think about it. It's so gorgeous, but this green, imagine cutting leaves out of it to go behind flowers. Can you imagine how gorgeous those are going to be? Okay. I feel like mine's crooked. All my layouts are though, right? For those of you who do not know, I believe that God has a sense of humor. And that sense of humor is, I am a paper crafter who cannot cut straight or lay paper straight unless I do it this way. All right. We're going to say, hopefully I'm close enough. I'm going to call it, right? Okay, here we go. Be forgiving with yourself. Give yourself some grace. I love this already. And could we congratulate me for getting the word bubbles on with the words facing the right direction? Yes, that just happened. Proud moment for me. The other day I did a layout for one of the new kits we have coming out, and I put the piece that was on the left page upside down, and a nice person commented, was like, does it bother you that you know, these things are upside down? I was like, I didn't even notice. So, crafting as in life. Okay, remember the finished size for these, for those of you who are making this out of your own papers, the finished size of these are 6.5 by 4.5 double mats. So what I want to do is when we put this on, we kind of want an equal amount here, here, and here. So kind of just eyeball them and then say, okay, good to go. We're going to do the same thing with our second one at the top. We kind of want an equal amount on all three sides again. That leaves us our center portion where we will put that gorgeous title. Now, I had mentioned prior that I'm probably not going to do my title because this takes so long and I wanted to kind of get that ready in my prep and I didn't have a chance to get that ready. But if you guys end up wanting to see it, I will definitely show it. Girl, sisters, right? That's what I'm saying. It is a real thing. And I'm talking with a straight cutter. I bend down so hard. It's just there. Okay. I want to grab a few pieces. So I have that 3.5 by 3.5. Now, for those of you who do not have the coordinating cards that we're putting with this, and I'm going to end up cutting this just so you know, but I wanted to give you the size. This will be your photo mat here. You don't have to have the same pieces. Now, one of the things you're going to notice is this is not the perfect size. In order to size this up so that we don't have the extra on this, this goes down to 3.25 one way. So we're going to cut 1/4 inch off. I want to double check that for you just one more time. Yes, go ahead and cut 1/4 inch off only one side. More often than not, these pocket cards that we have are square, but one of the things I liked about this kit is actually seeing some that were different sizes. In the next one, you'll see I cut some down to 1.5, some 1.5, or 1 3/4. I'm sorry, because they went the other way. Okay, so now that'll frame it so that we have 1/4 inch all the way around. This is on foam tape. I'm going to go ahead and grab my foam tape. Looks like I'm going to finish another one off. Okay. I hope you guys are enjoying National Scrapbook Day. I'm glad you guys like these pages. I thought they were just such happy pages. Okay, there we go. And you don't need as much as I use. We all know I have foam tape problems. Any of you have been with me for a while. This is definitely something I struggle with, is the amount of foam tape I use, but I'm working on it. And sometimes by working on it, I mean I'm working on adding too much foam tape. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down. It needs to come along the green, and it's going, the bottom is going to be kind of level. Give yourself, once again, I just got to rub that piece down. Once again, give yourself a little bit, but you should see green on this side. It goes down, and then it'll go all the way to the blue. You have your 2.25 by 2.25. We're going to just kind of bring those in and put those here for right now. And let's grab our 3.25 by 4.25 of that mini dot. All right, how is everybody doing? Let me just check in real quick. We're going to just see, make sure everyone is good to go. If anyone has any questions, I'm going to do the same thing here, leaving those amounts and then kind of lining this up with that, but still seeing the green. Ooh, foam tape. Girl, I love my foam tape. Okay, there we go. Easy breezy. And by putting only a few things on foam tape here and there, that's what gives the layout a lot of dimension. If you put everything on foam tape, oddly enough, even though you're adding dimension to pop everything up, you see the dimension less. So by picking and choosing our foam tape pieces here, our photo toppers, as I like to call these little pieces in here, this down here, you really allow yourself to see a lot more dimension. And the stenciling also adds added dimension on top of that blue paper. All right, we will go ahead. Now, this is another paper. I wanted you to have all the things. This is heavyweight paper, which is amazing in itself, I have to tell you. Heavyweight paper, 3D would be a perfect example. Like if you're making a tissue box, you know, that is something that you might really love heavyweight paper for. All right, crossing all the way over into the blue, kind of offset like this. There we go. believe we're almost done our page. Let's grab our stickers. All right, we have a few stickers that we're going to use here. The first one, this says no bad day zone. Now you can definitely change this to another sticker. If you want to wait till we're done, you can do that as well. But just in case, I kept my stickers to share. Here we go. So you can see sun's out, fun's out. I didn't use that. Today I celebrate you. Good vibes only. Have an amazing day. There's so many good ones here. This sticker sheet, they really do fill a sticker sheet. Sticker sheet is just full. I don't even know what else you would put on there. But I really like these, and I think that there are some super cute stickers here. Okay, there we go. I'm going to grab my strip in. I'm going to cut this down again. Doesn't normally like when I cut them twice, just so you know. So I might have to try to just put it on there. Here we go. Oh, it's stuck to me. Too funny. It's on my thumb. I had it on, and then I pulled it off. Let's grab it and put it back. There we go. That's our no bad day zone. And this is going to go right at the top. Oh, I'm definitely a little bit higher up here on this one. But that's okay. I can really see that I came in a little bit higher. This one I'm down just a little bit more. So this one I was down a little bit more, but all good things. Okay. So now this one here that you'll see, this sticker right here. These are really cute right here. These little kind of scallopy ones. They almost look like little hearts. The tops of little hearts. That's going to come off of this sticker right here. So you can just go in now that we've done the other layout, and you can just kind of chop this sticker. Oh, let me just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We want to cut this way. Okay. There you go. Only cut through that one sticker. And then you're just going to slide it behind and tuck it until the white disappears. And there you go. Great example of how you can really look at your stickers for other things. Perfect example is if you wanted to take this, if you weren't doing happy face, you could take this off and tuck it behind a photo, and it would just look like a little circle was back there. This one here, it says hello. Same thing. You could take this and put a little strip over it. Like, always kind of take a look at your stickers and see how you can use them in different ways. I think it just like gives us a little bit more. Okay, right here, we're going to do that same technique we did in the last one. So I'm going to kind of start to fold it back and forth to get a decent kind of crease on it. Take a little bit of the sticky off. And for this one, it's wrapped all the way around both of them. So you can see, I'm going to take that. And ideally, I'm going to try to have it be a little bit straight, but just put it up there. There we go. I'm going to save these just like I did before, and I'm going to save my fabulous, which means I'm not going to add my bling to the fabulous. Now, you guys, let me know if you're okay with putting that fabulous on later. If you really need to see how I do my title thin cuts, I will show that right now. If it's something that you would like, then just let me know, and I'll go ahead and start to work on that. All right, for our bling though, I do want to add the bling that's over here. So I have a large, and I'm keeping this one on the heart. And you can see my hearts are a little bit lighter on this one, a little darker on this one. They both look great. A medium. Okay, now we're going to do a medium on the bottom and a small. Just having nice balance there. Okay, and I'm going to make sure I check your comments just to see. Does anyone need to see that title? All good? Okay. All right, George is keeping us going. Any comments you need to read, George?
No, the last one was Rose saying no phone page.
Okay, great, thanks. Thanks, honey. I'm going to go ahead and skip that title then, but if I need to come back to it, I will. All right. So George is, he has this on in my office, which is right, it's right through my craft room is my office. There's like these little double doors there. Because he's running crickets today. So he's actually in there running the crickets. All right, so here's what we're going to need to do this base. All right, we have 3 sheets. This is a paper eater, and it is something that I wanted to share. So we're on the right page. I just want to get this one piece out. We cut it. I did it in the pre-cut. It was on the back of that 10 by 12 piece. You should be able to find this pretty easily. We've already cut off of it. Okay. All right. This is a paper eater. And by that, I mean, you're going to use 3 12 by 12 sheets of paper to do this one side. And sometimes that's a good thing. I cannot tell you how many people I have heard say they just have too much paper. They're just trying to get through some of their supplies. They want to use them because you've paid for them, you've invested in them, you have them, but you're also kind of ready like, hey, I would like to use these up and kind of move on to other things. This is a great one because we are going 3 pages deep on this. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is grab our green piece in, and this is an ombre. So you can decide if you want to do yours differently. I'm going to rotate my ombre so that I have the light at the top and it goes to the dark at the bottom. If you want to change that up and have it gradient come into the side, do whatever you would like. All right, let's grab some measurements. I lost my favorite ruler. There it is. I found it. All is right in our world. I really love this flexible one for my classes and when I'm on. Okay, so here we are not quite 3/4 of an inch down. Okay, so we're closer to 5/8. And over here you can see that it ends about 1.5 from the edge, give or take. All right, if you want to use a little less adhesive while you're doing this, you definitely could do that too. You can also come back and squirt a little on the edge or whatever. We're going to be trimming this off 2 times. Okay, there we go. I have some adhesive down. So remember our measurements. We want about 3/4 and then we want about 1.5. So if I put my paper just like this, well, it was 5/8, not quite 3/4, right? If I put my paper like this, I'm going to slide it back. I'm sliding it back because I want to be able to see all of this over here. Then I'm going to bring my paper in and tilt it. I want to be able to see the whole thing all the way around. So I'm pulling my paper to the left. Hello, everybody. Okay, so once again, we noticed that the video was completely interrupted with a disruption. So we're going to get reloaded for this. There isn't a lot we can do about this when it happens. So I just want to make sure that we get back and that everything goes well. All right, I'm going to do a post that says, please reload and join us on our part 2 for layout 1. I am actually wondering if it was about the same time frame that it made it before. I don't know if that has something to do with what they're doing in the standards as well. So one of the things that is happening with Facebook is they are automatically deleting videos. Hi, Deb. I'm so glad you found us. Oh, technical difficulties. Sometimes they really stress me out though, because I want to give the best videos that I can. This is one of the reasons we are migrating over to YouTube. So we'll be live on YouTube, but we'll be taking everybody through that when we get back from vacation. We are going on vacation. We're on the countdown, everybody. 6 days, our first family vacation in a long time. Okay. We're going to let everybody rejoin. And then I'm going to go over. Now, George did go back and take a look at the video, and he feels that something that I should go over again is how I placed this piece on. And you'll notice this piece is a little more square, and I would actually have preferred this piece to have a better angle on it. So I'm going to take this off. You're going to see a little more green on mine. Maybe I'm going to take it off. But I think I'm going to be able to work it where I can demonstrate this for when everybody comes back using my smaller piece, because I just want everybody to kind of see that technique. So mine's not going to match as much, but I have to be able to cut some off, but it'll be okay. All right. So we'll give a minute. Deb, I'm so happy you knew that technology was not going to be good to us and you can make it back.
This is where we're ending.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to do the pink one.
Because this is the other one.
Yeah, that's the green.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I'll go back and redo the pink then.
That's the. green one, and this is getting the end of the video.
Thank you, Hunter. I appreciate it. George is so great at going back to make sure that I get back to where I'm supposed to be. We're going to go ahead and check to see if everyone is joining and if people are finding us. Hi, Janine. I'm so happy you made it back. George, maybe tag Bev or Jen McAfee. I'm sure they know that, unfortunately, we're having technical difficulties. All right, just let us know you're back, and we're going to go ahead and pick up. So George said that one of the things we were just chatting with is it looks like the video ended when I put this green one on. I went ahead and peeled this off, and I want to show you the other angle. Mine was a little straight, so this will be good. Mine's going to look a little different, though, because my piece is smaller, but you're going to take your 12 by 12 piece, and on here, let me just get you a measurement really quickly. Let's pop this in the grid.
We got 2-inch end back.
Thank you. Hi, sweetie.
And she really likes the crookedness.
I do, too.
Now,
I think I'm going to do it a lot.
Jay Noob said that she didn't see the green or pink.
Okay. Thank you. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're just going to talk about the green, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in kind of like this fake piece of paper to use. All right, let me just grab so that you can put it on. I'm just going to use the back of these stickers. By the way, this is a free gift this month when you order online. You can see that I'm using it. I love it so much, but while supplies last, this will be in your thank you, happy mail. All right, so what you want to do is you want to take the green piece, and you want it to be like maybe about between 1/2 and 3/4 down on this side, give or take, and then in about 1 1/2 on this side. So what you'll want to do is, and you can use less adhesive so it doesn't get stuck, is you want to be able to see all the way around it though. So as you're laying this on, just kind of pay attention that it's going to just go on like this, and then you just want to flatten it down. All right, that will be your green piece. And this is very forgiving. This is all very forgiving. When you see it all lay out, you'll see that it is pretty forgiving. Even if you go over the lines, you're already going over the lines. So if you end up going over the lines here or here because you're short, it's all going to go. Like my piece is going to be a lot smaller. Flip it over and cut off your scraps. I don't keep those. And now for this one, we want to tilt it the other way. So I want to leave a little bit up top, and I cut my piece off, so have to be a little careful. I'm going to try to get a little low, but we have about 1/2 inch here, and it should be on an angle so that this one runs down, this one runs up. All right, now for this one, I ended at about 2 1/4, but look how much further down I am. Almost down at 2 3/4 here, and you're going to see that it's going to work out. I'm going to go ahead and put it down. Oh no, I got to peel it back up again. If you remember, I said I had to be careful and make sure that I had that whole bottom covered down here, and I saw some green come all the way over. This being cut off like this is very important. That is how you're going to make sure that you have this really cool dimensional look that they run in those different angles. Okay, there we go. I'm going to flip this over and cut off my extra. Remember, I just have a lot less because the video stopped. Okay. I'm so sorry about that. I wish we could. Hi, Ro! Yeah, yay, technology, right?
So we should just tell them if we have the...
Yeah, always refresh the page. If you see that it's buffering too much, the first thing you should do is refresh your page and try to game the video again. But if you see that we're not going, we tried to launch that. Okay, so now we're here. Ta-da! And this background is so awesome. You can imagine how many different ways you could take it in. And, you know, moving the papers in and out, changing it. But I really love how it turned out. All right, the first thing we're going to grab is our 6 1/4 by 4 1/4 canvas. One of the things I had asked is how you guys feel about having all of these different papers. I think it is one of the things that really made this kit. Okay, I'm going to actually lay both of mine down because I have that smaller piece and I want both of these to fit here. So I'm just going to bring that other piece in for some measurement. I'm going to pay a little bit more attention, but basically as long as your two pieces fit right here, you'll be fine. I originally was about 1/2 inch up from the bottom, and now you can see I'm more closer to like 1/4 inch from the bottom. It's going to be just fine. You want to flip your papers over. You have at it. All right, here we go. I'm going to put this other one on, just kind of leaving 1/4 of an inch. And look, you can already see that it's going to lay out beautifully. I noticed something about this piece here. I'm going to just etch this over the tiniest bit. There we go. Okay, now we have our other 3 photo mats. I've already lined my photo mats up. These are both doubles. I'm going to go ahead and put these down. A lot of the fun in this is putting your mats as well as those base pieces in different directions. So you want some turned this way, you want some turned that way. Because I have that lesser amount that's up here and this piece is smaller, I have to be careful how I post this because I don't want the green to go over that green. I want the green to stay on the pink. So that is probably going to mean a little bit of a change for me. Okay, if you haven't cut your 3 hearts, it's okay. But in your kit, you're going to notice there are 3 squares. You have a pink one, and a green one, and a yellow one. If you don't get this done now, it's a-okay. But what you want to do is you want to grab that heart thin cut out of your set and just run off 3 little hearts. I love this. Glimmer, glimmer, mini dot. Super good. Hi, Michelle. Okay, so while we're doing that, I'm just going to kind of lay my pieces out, but bring in some of these other ones. I'm really going to focus on making sure this one ends up on the pink more than anything else. All right, and we're going to just overlap, overlap, overlap. This here is on your cutaway. You're going to want to give that a little cutaway, and that's going to lay angle. You could do it this way. It does not matter. All right, so I can kind of tuck behind. Oh, this one's on foam tape. This one, sorry. All right, a little bit just in the center. This is how I always do it because I never know if I'm going to want to shove a little bit behind. This goes underneath. All right, and this goes over to the side. It kind of goes in line with this. I need to go up a little bit more. There we go. Foam tape. Let's grab some more of that foam tape. And someone had reminded me of an old tip recently, and they were like, use craft foam and cut the whole piece. It's a lot more economical, and you don't get any like wavies or bumps. And I forgot about that. I hadn't done that in a really long time. But yeah, that's another technique. You can just attach craft foam, cut all your craft foam. Okay, for this one, I'm going to just peel the outer portions of that, so I'll be able to slide my picture back there. All right, here we go. Taking a little bit of my sticky off over here, it looks like. There we go. Oh, it really likes me. Likes me so much. Okay, here we go. All right, over the picture. If you want to see the bottom of your picture, you can move it higher, but I really felt like I don't know what my picture is going to be, so I kept that to the bottom. Okay, for this one, foam tape. I love foam tape. I probably have more foam tape and more kinds of foam tape than I even know what to do with. I even have people who gift me foam tape because they know how much I love it. So I just have like so many kinds of foam. I love adhesive. I could just keep pulling adhesive, more and more adhesive out. But I'm going to get another one of these out because I just finished one. Okay, for this one here, it's all going to go. I'm just going to kind of attach it on these sides though, because I'm going to be putting, I don't know if it's a Viewmaster or a Viewfinder, or it's the Viewfinder and I'm the Viewmaster because I'm using it, but I want to leave room to slide that underneath, so I did not pull any of these. I'm just going to line this up for what looks good. It's going to overlap everything. Now, here you'll notice there's a little bit at the bottom. I can't do that because my piece was cut shorter. It's okay. It will be okay. This is very, very forgiving. Very, very forgiving. Here we go. This one's going to now go this way. I want to keep that all on the words. Not too much underneath. There we go. This is going to be a lot of fun to make, so I'm going to, after we put these on. Now, if you haven't cut your hearts out, you can add those later, but I'm going to put all of those on foam tape. And I'm hoping my squares are not, oh, these look a little big. Hold on, let's grab some smaller squares. Okay. There we go. I'm going to pick these off and put these on. All right. You know what? I would really like to do the sticker first. Let's grab that same sticker. We already did the technique once. We're going to chop it. Okay. And it's the same thing. I'm just going to slide it behind this one until the white is gone. And then it looks like those little heart bumpies are sticking out. There we go. Yellow. Now I'm putting these exactly where I put them because I actually stressed over this when I did it. I kept moving these hearts around. So I'm just going to keep them exactly in the order that I put them. I don't know why. Sometimes I tend to stress more about the itty bitty things, we'll say. All right, there we go. How fabulous. Okay, we have an embellishment to make, and this one's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to bring this in, and I'm just going to put this out of the way. Okay, so the Viewmaster, we're not going to have this spinning. This is just going to stand alone. If it was going to spin, we would put it on a little differently. So we can really lock it down since we don't want it to spin. All right, so I'm just adding a little bit of adhesive and I'm putting it on, just kind of getting it straightened. There we go. Now you'll have a brad in your kit. I think on I did a silver one on this one, but I got a green one in this kit. All your brads match. I think there are some green and some silver ones, but they all match and they're all fabulous. And you can see, super cute. Okay. I'm going to use my scissors and punch a hole right in the center. It is heavyweight paper, which is why I chose my scissors. Pop it on, side to side, your brad, and you're done. Super cute. Okay, now you'll notice we did this really cute heart thing here. Look at this. It really just makes it. Once again, I did stress out about, little stress, not a lot, about making sure that when I planned this out, they went in an order. So you can see that at least what I ended up having was no two colors next to each other. That was the big thing. There were 2 greens I needed to use, 2 reds, and so on. So I'm going to do them in the same order that I did last time. You can change yours up and do them however you would like. So I'm going to do this green one. I'm going to pull all these stickers off of here. They're going on nice and flat. So, and they fit perfectly. We sized this to fit this, to fit these hearts perfectly. I actually dreamed up the embellishment before anything. Okay, here we go. That's the blue one. We're using those smaller ones. You can see they're kind of scattered throughout. This one here. And as long as they are similar to the colors, they'll all work out. A red one right here. You can put yours however you would like them. Is the embellishment making sense to everyone? Is that all working out? We're good to go? Okay, just make sure that you guys don't have any questions. Thanks, honey. I know, honey, but you know, it's weird when I can't see them. We should have put the TV out here for me. Okay, here we go. Now I have, so I think this one was more like the orange one. This one was more like the yellow one. Oh, I need green next. Luckily I checked because I want the greens a little bit apart. So back to green. And I had to use only these little ones to fit in here. We have lots of hearts here in different sizes. The green. Okay. Now we'll grab that. I think this one is going to be this pink one. Here we go. There we go. And then our final one. All right, look at our cute embellishment. I think this is super cute. I think this would make it even a great little card topper if you have a, you know, a little sentiment to go on there. Super cute. But sometimes I think making fun embellishments like this, that's where the fun is. You know, like it's a personal thing that no one else is going to have. When you come up with custom embellishments, well, unless you all have the same kit, but you know what I mean. So I really like this. Now, let me just double check. I think I ended up, yeah, I put this on foam tape and then slid it kind of under here like this. You can cover up as much or as little as you would like of it. And I made sure though you could see that I put that little heart right there. And I'm going to go ahead and add some foam tape. Now, if you have different kinds of foam tape, this might be a place where you want to add a thin foam tape instead. But I'm just going to make mine work. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so I kind of want to keep a little similar to what I had. I'm going to put the red under, but I'm going to change how my little ViewMaster looks. And we want it to touch here. Here, we want it to touch this. Okay, now for this off, that foam tape, so that it's not behind it, and just slap the other two down. There we go. Ta-da! Guys, we're almost done. All right, this page. Follow your heart sticker. If anyone has any questions, you just let me know. Hope you guys are having fun crafting today. Okay, so for the follow your heart, I really liked this sticker. I thought it was just a really cute one, generic enough, but what I really liked about it is I was able to add all these hearts to it. Hearts here and the stencil of hearts and all of that, and I thought this is perfect. I got to use that Fabulous, which brings in the green, some more of that green, but I really think that this follow your heart stands out and brings the theme together on this. So I was super happy with that. Okay. Follow your heart goes right up here. You just kind of want it to fit in your green. There you go. All right, let's grab our bling. I'm still using this. All right, we have a large, a medium, and a small. Just doing that scattering again. All right, and then over here, I have a small, a medium, a small. But change yours up. You guys know that by now you have so many bling in this. It's just, I'm still using up my leftovers. There we go. All right, and our page is done. I really love this. Now, if you've never done angled background pages like this, I would really love to know either way what you think of them. But if you've never done them before, and this was also another new technique that you picked up during this, I'd love to hear what you think about it. This is something I haven't done in a really long time, like really long time. And as soon as I did it with this layout, I was like, man, I got to bring this back. I really love it. Okay. All right, I'm going to bring this one back in. I'm going to bring them both back in. Excuse me, guys. I know I might. All right, and if everyone was okay with us skipping the Fabulous, though, I'm going to bring in the done pages, the demos. I'm going to have to grab a drink. I'm pretty sure that's from embossing powder. Okay, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. We are good to go. Just a few notes on some additions are those photo toppers that you're going to add. Later on, make sure you store your stickers together. All right, we are done. We're done 4 of our 6 pages. Let's go ahead and give some stuff away and do our raffles. Okay, we'll get set up for that here, and we are ready to do our raffles. Okay. Hi, I'm ready to do raffles. Could I have the tickets?
Yeah,
Which
they're
one?
in that basket.
Thank you. Where's
And the other ones are in the blue basket.
Thank you. Okay. George has us all set, and everybody who commented on the live has been entered in one raffle. All right. Here we go. Let me go ahead and put these in. And then in addition to that, each time we are giving away for anyone who did the kit with us for National Scrapbooking Day. Now, something else that George did, babe, you added somebody that you figured you missed last time, right? Thank you for that, George. So George found somebody that he missed last time. He went ahead and wrote them up a ticket, and they are in this one because we had that 2 video. So we're just doing a double check right now since we have double videos. Good? Okay, I love to get a thumbs up. All right, we're going to go ahead and put this out of the way. I hope you guys are having a great time today. I know I am having a great time with you. Okay, let's see what we got. All right, our first one is, I lost my piece of paper. Here it is. It's the same piece of paper. We are giving away to one of our winners. This is just going to be for one. This goes to anyone who registered for the project. So if you bought the project kit, this is a raffle that is great for you. That's blue, right? Thank you. This is all for all of you guys. We are so happy. Thank you so much for helping us. We sold out in less than 24 hours, but we have another set of kits that are being released when we get back middle of this month. We've got a whole bunch of kits that are being released, and this is going to be for your choice of one of them that are made with these papers. We have a whole bunch of these papers. I loved this paper, and we made more kits, and I think you guys are going to love them, and you will get your pick. So let's just see who that is. All right, I have a ticket, and our winner is Carrie. Congratulations. I do not know if you are watching, but congratulations. Okay, and anyone who is not on today, because this was a tough weekend, we will make sure that we get your prizes, and the ones that you pick, you will have it. Okay, and for our other ones, we have, this is so good. All right, here we go. You are getting your pick. It's scrapbooking after all, right? So I've pulled 2 collections. Our #1 selling collection from 2024 and 2025. It overlapped. I think it was really, oh no, this is from 2025. It overlapped. This has been my #1 seller. I have had to restock the Beautiful Junk collection more than anything else. It's so beautiful. I know I'm using multiple packs, or if you already have this and you want something new, this Happy Life. I love both of these. It has all kinds of good things. Let me show you. Look at that. I love stripes though. This is so cute. Just really great stickers on here. Everyday stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and draw for the winner. Thank you guys so much for joining us live. White basket. Don't look at me and be like, hey. Okay, and our winner is Eileen. Okay, perfect. All right, Eileen, congratulations. This is coming your way. If you're on, honey, I need to know which one of these you would like. And if you don't pop in, I'm going to give you this one. Because this is newer, just in case. I just restocked this. She is watching her grandson today, hon. She was on. Yeah, she said she would be in and out. Happy life. She said, happy life. Hi, sweetheart. Congratulations. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that aside. Fabulous. Okay, I've been doing all this talk about our awesome bling. This is a pack of our gorgeous pearls, and that is going to... All right, and our winner is Jen McAfee. You go, girl. Okay, Jen McAfee, thanks for joining us. There you go. Tape it all to it. Congratulations. They're gorgeous, by the way. Okay. Good, good, good. All right. Okay. And a stencil. I feel like this has got so much possibility. I really love it. It obviously does an animal print, so I think it's really good to go with not just zoo, but animal prints kind of go with everything. So I thought this would be so great, and so you can keep your stencil game up. Okay, and our winner is... Okay, our winner is Ro Lamb. Congratulations, Ro. Thanks for joining us. You guys are all awesome. All right, time. All right, it is 1:50. We are going to come back in 20 minutes. We're probably not going to start till quarter after, but we're going to get the video and all loaded up. I want to congratulate all of our winners. I want to congratulate everybody who's joining us today. I'm having a great time. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me. It really does mean a lot. All right, so remember, refresh your page, reload your page, because then you will get a notification for the new post. Come right back here, but make sure you reload or you refresh. Facebook. That will really help you find us. We will see you at 10 after 2. That's 2:10 for our final project. And when we come back, we are going to be doing layout 2. Say hi when I come back. When they come back. Oh, George likes you to say hi when you come back because then he's not worried that you haven't found us, okay? So we're going to be doing layout 2 when we come back. This one here, I'm really excited to share with you why I think that this is such a great core sketch to really get through some of your papers and remix it and have a good time. All right, guys, we'll see you back here. Thanks so much. National Scrapbooking Day celebration continues. Bye-bye.